What's going on, y'all? About to send this link out, then we're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, bam, sent the link out. So we had some interesting stuff happen yesterday, last night as well. So let me wait for some more people hop in before I start talking, because then I'll just be talking to people watching the recorded of this. Shout out to those watching the recorded of this. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll wait for some more people to hop in. So there's a couple setups we're looking at here. I gotta sneeze. Give me 1 second. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all hopping in here. So we had some Australian news last night. We don't have any news going on today during London or New York. Then we have some Australian news tomorrow night as well. So we had Australian news a couple hours ago, and we had some interesting events happen. So those I was watching live yesterday, remember price was down here. We were waiting for exactly this to happen for it to either break above this level or break either for it to break above this level here, treat as support, or to break below this level and look for sales. Price broke above this level, and then you can see price just exploded to the upside. So this was a nice little setup here. You can see the daily candlestick reverse. So what we're looking at right here is we're going to be waiting to see if price can break the support level, which is currently treated as resistance. But because price already shot up so much, I ideally would like to see a little retracement to at least right here, this level, if not all the way back down to where price started at the beginning of London. I mean, not the beginning of London, the beginning of Tokyo session. But we're going to want a little retracement so we can get into these buys if we're going to enter buys here. Also looking at gold. We got about 5 minutes till London session starts. Going to be looking for some possible setups on gold as well. Yeah, so there's a few setups we're going to be looking at right here. Reason why we're looking for buys on gold, same reason why I was looking for buys last week on it, was catching all these sells down to the downside. Then when price hit the support level, failed to make new lows, and that's when the reversal happened. Price shot up. Instead of dropping down and make a lower low, respected the support level as a support, just like it did here in the past. Then that thing shot up. Now this is a higher low. And it's been playing right at this level for the past week, really. So it's been treating this level of support for the past week. And you can see, again, strong support. Can also be a strong resistance. If I can click the level. Let me know how the audio sounds, too, when y'all hopping in. Let me know how the audio sounds. Yeah, I'm on gold right now. Yeah, I'm looking for gold buys. Y'all ready to trade? I see y'all in here ready to trade. Yeah, I'm looking at gold buys right now. I'm looking at gold buys right now. I'm just going to wait for the London session candle. But I'm looking at gold buys right now. GJ, I wasn't at GJ. It's just not exactly at my entry. It barely retraced and missed my entry because yesterday it broke the level. But I was waiting for a retracement. Let's pull it up. Let's see what it retraced on because when I just opened the charts, it wasn't. Okay, it's retracing a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to be waiting for the next candlestick for London session. But yeah, we're looking for GJ buys because, again, those out in the live stream yesterday, I was saying we're either going to wait for price to break above this level, which it did, and we're going to look for buys, or price broke below this level, we're going to look for sells again. But price broke above this level, so we're going to be looking for buys. So it's above this level here. So it's at a decent entry. I'd like for it to come down a little bit lower like it tried to the last 15. But it's at a decent entry because we got this level of traffic here that it is respecting as support, just like it did last time, right? So if you watch my video on how to read candlesticks, we go over this. But let me change this color really quick so I don't confuse myself. All right, so we're going to do a quick little bar replay. So once price broke above this level, we got this little level of traffic that got formed yesterday because volume was kind of slow yesterday because of the news. I mean, not the news, the holidays. But as you can see, this low is being treated as resistance. Then it slowly broke above, started trading as support. So this is a good sign that we have this level of trap here. Price can hold this level like we see it did multiple times here. Then we have a higher chance of likelihood of price taking out these highs to the left. So right now, if we just, okay, we see the point now. It did a nice little retracement on this same level. And now that's what we're looking at right here. So ideally, I'd like to see it drop a little bit lower just so we can get a better risk reward setup. And let me fix this because we got to take these out first. But either way, it'll still be at least a 1 to 2 risk reward nonetheless. So yeah, we're looking at GJ buys. We're looking at gold buys. Going to pull up the indices in a second as well. I'm going to go ahead and write some trade ideas up because there was some nice volume last night during Tokyo session. I see y'all's comments in the chat too. I'm going to catch up to that in a second. But let me write some of these trade ideas up and get ready for the week. It's a new month, last month of the quarter. Going to do the recap of how last month went. I'm going to drop that later on this week. Give me 1 second. Those just joining the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free signal room, free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check that out for yourselves. Last week we went 9-2, caught 88,916 pips. Last month we went 34-3, caught 105,389 pips. Here's that first link. You'll be able to see all that. We're going to pull it up in a second as well. Right now, we're looking at the charts. Right now, some trade ideas. We're looking at possible gold buys and possible GJ buys right now. That is the game plan for right now. I want to see what's going to hold this level. It's going to retrace back down to my support level. That's what I want to see right now. 84. We're going to just drop this down to 30. I'm going to catch you to the chat in a second. All right, Ben. All right, cool. 80 pairs are falling. Yeah, I'm expecting some retracements. I want to look for possible buys, but at the same time, we can look at that right now. So yeah, like I said, we're waiting for retracement here. You can see it off rip those that was here at the beginning. You can see it's rejecting this level slightly. Now, I'd rather want to see a retracement before we go for buys. Main reason why is because it just did this huge move last night, and then we go on the daily candlestick. I'm going to go on the daily time frame, look at the daily candlestick. Again, we got to look at everything over here as well. So let's go on a naked chart. Look at all the candlesticks around it, right? Look at all the candlesticks around. This is already a fairly large candlestick. So it can grow and continue to push, but you got to understand, look, the average candlestick, look at all the average candlesticks. So for it to already be this full and London session literally just started, this is just from one session. And there are retracements in between each session. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather wait for a retracement. But like always, if it breaks that level, meets our confirmations, and I like it, I might enter it. But yeah, we're going to be looking at gold right here. I kind of like gold right here. But yeah, AED pairs, I do see some slight retracement. We're going to break those down in a second. But right now, we're going to look at these charts. I see y'all's other comments as well. Just give me 1 second. Yeah, but yesterday there was possibly a couple small short-term moves, but for the most part, price was super slow and choppy and rangy. All right, cool. So GJ still hugging this level. So we're going to be watching GJ. We're going to be watching gold. We're going to be watching the indices as well. But we're going to be paying attention to GJ and gold right now. I'm going to pull up the New Zealand pairs and go over those as well, because those kind of went crazy also. I'm looking at the indices on the other screen. Yeah, they're doing some retracements right now, so we're going to let them do their thing. We're going to go over all the pairs like usual. Right now, we're going to be paying attention to what price is trying to do right now. Looks like price is trying to. Yeah, I like gold though. GJ looks like it's trying to do something also. Again, ideal entry would be down here, so I'm kind of wanting to wait to see if it can drop. It looks like it's trying to, which is why I'm waiting. But if I see a full candlestick and it like breaks these highs right here, then I might enter. Because again, this was an ideal entry, but it did this yesterday. Because again, you look, this is what Monday was. It was slow, choppy, hugged this level, and then it took off. And then when market closed and reopened, this is when, you know, it did that little quick move. Then it retraced a couple hours ago, and we're chilling right here. So I never really retraced back to this level as far as yesterday is concerned. It did this little runaway, just like EJ on the choppy bank holiday. It wasn't a bank holiday, obviously, for Japan or Great Britain, but you know what I'm talking about. Volume was very slow for a lot of pairs. But yeah, I like gold. I like gold for buys. Those just joined the stream, we have not entered this yet. This is just a trade idea. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and take a look for yourselves. Didn't take any trades yesterday. Went over that on my story on Instagram, and also went over that during the live stream. Well, didn't go over why I didn't take any trades for the day, because obviously we went live during London session. But we went over basically the game plan and what was going on in the charts when we was live. Yeah, I like this right here. Give me 1 second, y'all. Running some trade ideas up, some signals up. All right, cool. And NAS is retracing as well. So we got a lot of pairs we can look at right now. So we're going to keep GJ up here. I'm liking gold. We're going to take this off because look at that right now. I'm going to catch you to the chat in a second. So I kind of like NAS buys as well. Again, we caught the reversal on it last week. It's been chilling. It's on a nice support level right here. We can look at SPX and US30 as well. They're on a nice little support level here. And like I always said, everything's showing us buys. We're going to look for buys. Now, we do have this little imbalance here, this huge push to the upside. And now, as far as SPX is looking, it's still on that same level of traffic, right? Just like with GJ. We're on top of this level of traffic right here. Now, if you watch my video on how to read candlesticks, let me drop that in the chat for the new people. By the way, new videos dropping today also. I dropped a little sneak peek of what's going to be going down on my most recent Instagram and TikTok post, with more in-depth breakdown and video is going to be dropping later on today. But let me find that video first. Here it is. Now you're straight for the caps lock. You're straight. All right, cool. So we're going to. Yeah, so we're looking at some potential buy setups on these pairs coming soon. Possibly US30 rejected this support level, turned it to we'll cut that as resistance. So now we're going to see what it's going to do to this level it's currently on. Is it going to hold this level, or is it going to reject back down and retrace? That's the main thing we're looking at as far as the indices are concerned. Now, same thing with GJ happened with EJ yesterday. This little trickle, did a little retest, took off, and then never retraced back during Tokyo session, so nothing we can do about that. So the game plan for these pairs, there is still some slight bullish momentum. It's just got a level above that would have to really break and hold for it to officially come back into play. Because as we see right here, right, I clean my charts up. So as we can see right here, we're nice and bullish still. You can see we caught all these buys, blah, blah, blah. Caught this wave up. Caught the most recent higher high. And then when we got to the most recent high, which was at the beginning of August, price did a retracement, made a higher high here. We rejected that level, but respected this main support resistance level here. Shot up for another attempt, rejected this resistance level, but still respected this main support level here, and then pushed back up yesterday. So right now, yesterday is on, I mean, as far as, I messed that up. Now, right now, today, not yesterday, we're on top of this level here. So we're waiting for a retracement or for price to break the next level, and it hasn't retraced or touched that level since yesterday. So it's kind of just chilling right here. So we can look for some possible buy setups here. Wouldn't really look for sells for GJ unless it breaks below this support resistance level here at around 183.70, 183.65. So yeah, we're going to be looking for buys on GJ. It's at a decent level. I'm just picky with my entries. That's literally what it is. But yeah, we're going to look for buys on GJ, buys on gold, possible buys on the indices. Just waiting to see how they're going to react to the levels they're currently on. But if I'm going to trade indices, I'm not going to be trading US30. I'm going to trade. I'd rather trade NAS or SPX because they look a lot cleaner. Same thing with NAS, right? We zoom out. We're on the daily time frame. I'm gonna cut you to the comments in chat in a second. We're nice and bullish, right? Then we had that small little downtrend that we caught, mainly me and the members caught, but I broke them down into some of these setups during the live streams. Then on Monday last week, enter SPX buys. The next day, enter US30 buys. Caught the whole reversal, shooting back up. So for the downtrend to continue, if you watch my How to Identify Trend and Reversals video on YouTube, you would understand why we went for buys and how it literally worked out just like I broke down in that video. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure to watch that video. So right now we're on top of this strong support resistance level that we was just looking at a couple months ago, if I'm not mistaken, in July. If I can click it, that would help, right? Let me zoom in. All right, there we go. Give me 1 second. Flip that up. Boom, bam. All right, cool. So when we was looking for buys here during July, remember, for the reversal to have happened, it would have to have broken this level, which was the main support level. And for the uptrend to continue, we needed a higher high to get made here, but we saw that didn't get made. Second attempt, rejected. Right after that rejection and retest, what happened? We went for the sells, right? So for the downtrend to have continued, what would need to happen? Would it need to turn this support level into resistance, which it failed to do twice, which is why we went for the buys. Now price is on top of this main support level doing a retest. So we're about to watch and wait to see if it can hold this level or if it's going to retrace back down to some of these other levels here. So that's what we're mainly watching and observing right now, which we can see NAS literally trying to retest this low as we speak. So now let's get rid of all these lines and stuff. Then I'm going to put this back on the 15. Then I'm going to unbold this. Bam. Bam. All right, cool. Now I'm going to put this on some other pair. The New Zealand pairs kind of did something similar that the AUD pairs did. We'll break that down in a second. Let me catch you to the chats. So we're just going to put this up like this for right now. All right. Let me see. What's going on, Fitmon? I see you in here. All right, we just want to go AUD pairs. We went over that. Like a 1 hour resistance. 1 hour resistance for what? Are you talking about gold? What were you talking about right here? Because I know you said look at gold. And then, so you're talking about the 1 hour resistance on gold. Let me know what you're talking about. All right. We just went over GJ. You said for GJ, you think you should short? Only way I would short GJ, because again, I'm looking at the main flow of price and the trend of price. Only way I would short GJ is if it breaks below like 183.65, 183.60. So even if it drops at this level, I wouldn't go for the short-term sales here, to be honest. I'd wait to see if it's going to respect this level as support again. Because right now what we got formed here is a little level of traffic. All right. We just have a level of traffic getting formed on a daily instead of only, the 15, 5 minute, and sometimes the hour time frame. But we'll break that down a little bit as well. It hit my 185 zone area. 185 zone area. Yeah, so yeah, it's on the 185 zone. Yeah, we're going to see what it how it reacts, because again, we went for some sells before, and then we hit those short-term sells, respected this level, shot up, then it shot down again, it respected the same exact level, shot up. So it's respecting this level as a support. So we have to respect and understand that. And again, we don't want to counter trend trade. So as far as I'm concerned, we are still strictly bullish, mainly bullish for the most part, but we are struggling at the same time to make a higher high. We got a level of traffic getting formed here. So right now we're waiting to see if it's going to break above this daily level here or break below this daily level here. Right now it's in the middle of the zone, kind of chilling, playing pinball, which we can see right here. Now you straight, Trader Blue. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Richie? I see you in here. All right, we caught up. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, so right now I am leaning towards buys on this, based strictly off that reason. But again, like I said, if it rejects this level, which we're waiting to see off the retracement, if it's going to continue to respect this level or not. If it rejects that level, I'm going to wait to see how it reacts to the support level here. Because again, you see we went for these sells here, and then was looking in this live stream. If you go back to the live stream on Friday, August 25th, you'll see how we was in the sell and was looking for another possible sell setup, but then price rejected, treated the level of support, took back off, right? And we see here price is still treating this level as support and kind of just chilling right here. So GN, if y'all remember the live from yesterday, for GN, I was saying I was going to wait for price to break above this level or break below this level. It broke above and now it's shooting up. So we zoom out again. We caught these nice buys the beginning of the middle of August, because there was a little bit where we weren't taking any GN trades because it was super choppy here. So let's go to naked chart, so it'll be a little bit easier to see. So before it was super choppy here, I was struggling to make new highs. It was ranging. It just kept on going back and forth. Retest, rejection, retest, rejection. So once price broke out of this ranginess, this level of traffic, which we're kind of getting seen formed on GJ, it started treating the same level as support that was being treated as the resistance. Once we saw that, that's when we went for the buys. So after that caused this huge higher high, the next thing for the uptrend to continue would be what? A higher low, and then what? A higher high, which didn't get formed. Second attempt, rejected again. So that's why yesterday we was waiting to see if it was going to break below this level or break back above this level, which it did. So now that it broke back above this level, we have some bullish momentum coming back into place. And then when we go back with our levels marked off, you'll be able to see those a lot clearer. All right. So you saw the ranging right here. Once we broke out of that ranging, let me get rid of some of these lines. I'm cleaning up my charts. I've been working on them, but I'm going to clean up most of my charts, not all of them today. So after it broke out of this level, what happened? Well, we went for buys a little bit before that, as you can see here. But once it broke this level, look, after that retest, entered buys, rode that wave up, entered more buys, rode this entire higher high up, went for some buys here, but it failed to make a higher high, rejected, went for some buys here, caught a few pips, then rejected again, but it respected the support level here. That's zooming out too far. We're not going to do all that. But it respected the support level twice here. Boom, boom, just like with GJ, and just like kind of like with the indices, which show that there was still some bullish momentum, and then the reversal back to the upside happened. So now where we're currently at, we have this resistance level that we're about to approach. Now, when we hit this resistance level, we want to see one or two things happen. We want to see a retracement so we can enter some buys and ride the wave up, or we're going to wait for price to break above this level, treat as support, and then looking for some buys as well. Wouldn't look for sells now that price has done this, unless price breaks below this support level here that has been respecting both those times, especially on the daily level. And then we go on the smaller time frame, you can see that right here as well. This was the first time, shot back up, and you see we went for buys. We also see how choppy it was when we was going for buys. Went for some buys again, rejected, but respected this level again. Then you see for hours, because again, we're on a 15-minute time frame. So for hours, price just chilled here, taking a nap. Then it finally picked up volume last night and exploded to the upside. Missed the entry. It happens, is what it is. Me and the members just hit TP1 on this gold play, though. TP1 hit. We want to see if we can break this level. Whoops, my bad. You know, I got to slam something next to the mic at least once during the live stream. You know, we got to do it at least once during the live stream. So we're going to see if we can continue to break these levels. We got a new 15 I just started. We got a couple minutes to the next 5 minute. But yeah, that's what we're looking at with these pairs right now. And then you see GJ is still, since we've been live, just kind of chilling for the past hour on this level here. Again, I want to see it retrace back down because it hasn't done so yet. So it's either going to do that, and then we can look for some possible buys, or it might try to take off right here. But as far as we've seen during this live stream, it's kind of just been chilling, taking a nap. Let me see what these indices are up to. And that's just still kind of respect this level. Kind of tempting. Let's take a look at that as well. So again, also notice one thing I also want to point out. Notice when we went for this buy that we entered. I can't remember. I think no, we entered both of these. I know this one was in the free channel as well. So we hit that first link in the description. And we go to, let's see, what day was this? The 16th? Let's go to the 16th really quick. We're almost there actually, which is funny. Boom, boom, boom. All right, 16th. Let's scroll up a little bit. All right, yeah. So we entered this trade live, and I called it in the free channel, and we caught this huge 1 to 3 risk reward setup. To look how smooth it was, this transition, right, to the upside. Nice little beautiful staircase. You see clear highs. Same level. We went for buys. Look how choppy it was. But we just broke down on the bigger time frames why price was doing this, right? Now look, same level. Look how smooth it was, just like the original time. Why? Because like I mentioned in my most recent video on Instagram and TikTok, which I'm going to go further in depth with on the video I dropped today, where you enter and when you enter is very important. And you got to understand at all times why price is doing what it's doing. If you win a trade, you got to understand why. Don't just be happy. If you lose a trade, you got to understand why as well. And I'm going to break all that down and further into depth in the video. Now, during the live streams with the members, I kind of go over it a little bit. But this video is going to be specifically breaking it down and more in depth. So, you know, you can go to this video and watch it and all that stuff. But look how smooth it was the original time it broke this level. Because you're going to string this resistance, retest, boom, one more retest, beautiful push to the upside. Then same level off the retracement, nice little retest. Chilled here, rejected that level, came back up, nice little staircase. Then same thing here. And we also notice how it's struggling to break this level right now. So that's what we're also waiting for, to break this level or retrace back down, or we can look for another buy setup here. So that's what we're doing right there. GJ is still taking a nap right there. I'm looking at NAS as well, but NAS is kind of just chilling here as well. Still gonna keep an eye on these pairs. Right here. Looking at possible buy setup. Caught some buys here like last week. All right, and if you go look at my most recent video, I'm gonna drop that in the chat. I break down not only SPX and US30, those buys we caught last week, but I broke down why we went for buys and also a little bit of the how I saw the reversal. Because again, we was bearish and we was catching sells until last week. Which you can see here, was catching those NAS sells. And last week we went for buys. We didn't go for NAS buys. We went for SPX and US30 buys, but NAS did the same thing clearly. But yeah, I'm kind of liking NAS as well. I'm not gonna lie. Those who join the stream, go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join the free Signal and free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last week and last month. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Going to pull it up in a second. Yeah, Naz is trying to do a move as well. 15.390. I usually don't post Naz trades in the free channel though. Naz is doing a move as well. I kind of like Naz right here also. We see is approaching that resistance level and the momentum is coming to a halt / weakening. Roger, I'm writing some stuff up. All right, cool. So we're gonna let those do their thing right there. Now, as far as news today, there was Australian news a couple hours ago at 12:30, which is what caused the kind of the pump to happen as well. And literally, there's nothing going down at all today. So it's strictly just looking for setups and volume to come in. Should be some decent volume, especially after the holiday. Then when market reopens at 9:30, we got Australian news, and then looking at tomorrow, we don't have anything during London session either. Then at 9:15, we got GBP news. Then 10 a.m. we got Canadian USD news. And yeah, it's just a regular week. Not that much news on a Thursday and Friday, which is interesting. But yeah, just a regular week this week. So let's go back to GJ and see what GJ is up to. And like always, you guys want to look at any charts or pairs, feel free to drop them in the channel or the chat, I should say, and we can take a look. But yeah, it looks like it's about to try to retrace and hit this level that I was waiting for it to hit, which is going to work out in our favor because, again, we like retracements. We're not against retracements over here. US30 dropping again. Oh, we can look at US30. Let's see what you're talking about. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, I broke this level. I guess I'm personally not going to mess with US30. But yeah, I broke this level. So looking at US30, again, so we caught these buys, caught the reversal up, caught this entire daily candlestick this day. Well, caught both those daily candlesticks, called this play in the advanced play signal room. But if I'm not mistaken, I might have called this live. But let me go in there and we can confirm. What date was this? This was the 29th. So let's go into the advanced play signal room and go to the 29th and take a look. All right, yeah. So I called this play on the 29th during the London session live stream. So I broke this down and explained why I was going for buys during the London session live stream. Hit TP1, got wicked out, then re-entered. Let the members know that I re-entered. Also was still holding the SPX buys that we entered on Monday. You see this was Monday the 28th. We entered SPX buys. This was our entry for SPX. Took a little while, but Tuesday, that's when the TPs really started to kick in. And then that's when we went for SPX. I mean, the US30 buys on top of the SPX buys. See screenshots of the positions, all that good stuff. And then we went live later on that week. Whoops. I'll fix that on my other screen. Just slide that over. Yeah, so the first position was a nice 1 to 5 risk reward. Second position was almost a 1 to 3. So that means I made over 5 times my risk on the first position. So if I was risking $100, I made $500. If I was risking $1,000, I made $5,000. So looking at all of that, going on to the daily, we had this huge level of traffic forming. Then we had that drop, just like we had the nice drop on NASDAQ SPX those weeks. Then when price hit the support level here, it failed to make a lower low. Instead, it rejected all the way back up harshly. Then it came back to the support resistance level right here. And then what happened when it hit that support resistance level? treat it as a resistance, rejected that level. Try one more time, rejected. So right now, we could see some possible short-term sells down to the support level here, but I'm not going to jump for the sells right there. I'm going to wait to see what happens or how price reacts to this level right here. Could be some possible short-term sells, though, if it rejects this level and doesn't respect it as a support, which is what we're waiting to see what it's going to do right now. Because, again, it did break that level, but we also see these wicks showing that it's kind of rejecting this level, so it might potentially try to push back up. But we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, we could see some possible. But yeah, I mean, it depends what time frame you're looking at, because I'm looking at 15, so it's not really dropping on the 15, but we're on a smaller time frame. It might be looking like it's dropping, like we're on a 5-minute maybe. Not even a 5. I don't know. It's all about perspective, but yeah, that's what I'm looking at for US30. I'm not going to bite or mess with it right now, though. Looks like we're about to see some retracements happen. Looks like GJ is about to retrace for us. Let's see what these other pairs are up to. GN still at the same level. Rejected. Is about to reattempt to try to break that. See what GA is up to. Yeah, same thing. They're about to try to break this level. So we're going to see what happens when it breaks this level. We got a new 15 about to pop up in about a minute. About to see what happens. Still watching the indices and stuff as well. Yeah, but like I said, like as far as indices wise, I'm not going to really trade US30. I'd rather trade NAS or SPX. I like those setups, how they look a lot better than US30. Now, again, we did take US30 trades last week, but that's because I saw opportunity on it. But but you just look at the US30 and SPX and NAS, just compare the three, you can see NAS and SPX had a lot more smoother moves and opportunities than US30 did last month. It wasn't until like towards the middle of the month or like the last week and a half that US30 tried to eventually get its act together and all that good stuff. Make sure to follow me, y'all, on Instagram and TikTok. Y'all see it on the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram is playmaker_way. TikTok is playmakerway. I post daily on both pages. All right. So if y'all hit that first link, this is what y'all going to see. You're going to see how we did last week. You're also going to see I announced I took 0 trades yesterday. Didn't take any trades. You won the charts. There were a couple small moves you could have caught, but for the most part, it was kind of retracements or price playing around on levels. So that's why I didn't really mess with it. Didn't really see anything I liked. So as far as last week, though, Monday we caught 970 pips. Tuesday we caught 36,946. Wednesday we caught 50,300. Thursday we caught 0 pips. Technically we didn't catch 0 pips. We caught some pips, but I went over that. So basically what happened was, we'll go over that when we scroll back above it. But Friday, 700 pips. Ending the week with a total of 88,916. 87,840 pips strictly in the advanced place signal room. Ending the week 9-2, giving us an 82% win rate. So the reason why I didn't count the trade I took on Thursday, because I only count trades that I posted in both the free channel advanced play signal room and this recap. There are some trades I take outside of it, but I don't count those just to keep it kind of fair. You get what I'm saying? But you clicked right there. It's going to take you to the beginning of the week on Monday, where we started off with this huge USJPY play. It took a little while, just like SPX. It took to the next day for it to hit the rest of the TPs. We only hit TP2 that first day. But then the next day, well, first we ended Monday 3-1. Then the next day is when we started seeing those TPs get hit right before the news. And then, boom, when the news really went through and New York was really doing this thing, that's when we hit the final TP. Broke all that down during the live stream the next day and all that good stuff. And then Wednesday went 4-0, caught 36,946 pips. Then Thursday, whoops, did I scroll past Thursday? Or am I reading the dates wrong? While I'm doing this, also notice how GA is doing exactly what I talked about. Tapped this level, next 15 popped up, is rejecting this level. Again, not a coincidence. Look at how each one of these candlesticks, how it touched the low, rejected, touched the low, rejected. I'm gonna do a bar replay in a second. I just want to see what these other pairs are doing. All right, US30 still kind of chilling right there. GA, gold's still trying to play around with this level. We do have this imbalance here that I might try to retrace and fill up. It could try to break that level and try to fill that imbalance up because it hasn't really broken or retested this level after it did that huge push during the news event. Because this was during a news event where it went zone to zone. Then we had this nice wall of price liquidity that got built. Went for those buy. Whoops. Went for call this buy. Took forever for it to hit some TPs. Then after that, when I went live with the members, I talked about how it's going to retrace and hit this level. It did exactly that. Then it took back off and hit this level again. Chilled here, retraced. So it could try to come back for what it left here last week or 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. But we won't worry about that when it does that, or if it does that. Again, even breaks below this low, I wouldn't really look for sells. I wouldn't go for sells unless it breaks below like 1920, to be honest. But that's again because I'm looking for like the long-term setups. I'm going with the flow of price. I'm not really looking for like the smaller plays. That's why I'd be saying short-term and long-term. Because I do got to acknowledge the moves and retracements, but I'm still looking for the bigger and the main move. So these other pairs up too. Yeah, so we had some decent pushes last night, and now we're kind of just chilling, waiting for some retracements or for price to break the next level. That's basically what we're looking at and dealing with right here. US30 is still kind of chilling right here, but like I said, I don't really want to trade US30, so we're going to put this back on the daily. Yeah, but same thing like gold. We got this imbalance here. Might try to retrace and fill up. Yeah, we got NAS chilling this level too. Yeah, we're going to see what happens in the next hour or so. Again, we don't have any news, so Australia is going to be waiting for setups and following the flow of price. We don't have any like high impact news as far as USD pairs is concerned until tomorrow at 10 a.m. So we're just watching these pairs for right now. Let me pull up GJ, see what GJ's up to. Oh snap! GJ finally did what we was looking for. Let's pull that up. GJ finally did what we was looking for. Broke that level, retested, and look at that. Hit that level. Now it's rejecting, going right back where it left off. So yeah, I'm liking this. Missed the entry, just missed it. But I like this. I like how I retraced this. So let me write this trade idea up because I like how I did that. I like how I did that. Let me go ahead and post this disclaimer. Make sure to read this disclaimer, y'all. It's the same disclaimer I post every day. It goes over how the TPs work, how you should go about trading in general, and a few other things. It might look like a big paragraph on your phone screen, but it's just 11 sentences. Make sure to read all those. Yeah, I kind of like how this is looking right here. Yeah, I like how this is looking. I'm about to see if we can take out these highs to the left. Yeah, so I'm about to post the TPs right now. And then we're probably just going to hold these positions into New York and see how it goes. Again, I'm not risking half my account. I'm not putting 20 entries in. Just like the bottom sentence says, I'm risking 1 to 5%. Had a good month and a good quarter so far, a good year in general. No reason to try to cancel out or ruin those results doing some dumb stuff. Consistency is important in every aspect of life, especially on the charts. You need to be risking around the same amount each and every trade. You should be going for similar types of risk reward setups. You should be going for the same type of setups in general. Only that should really be changing is whether you go for buys or sells. That's literally it. And your account size. But give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to see if we can hold this level because I like how I retested that level. So we're going to see if we can take these highs out. It's definitely struggling. But we're going to see if we can do it. Yeah, we're going to see if we can do that. Because we're kind of in a rangy level of traffic right here. But we're going to see if we can break that level. So we're going to hold the SRT bias hit like always. I'm going to let this play out. So let's see what these other pairs are up to. Yeah, NAS is rejecting a level. So yeah, it looks like the indices might be trying to head towards the daily and 4-hour levels below them. Let's see what US30 is up to. But these are only 2 trades I'm going to take for right now. I'm going to see how these other pairs do. Yeah, it looks like it's about to try to drop to the downside. Yeah, so we're going to see how it reacts to our level below it. We've been on live for almost an hour. And looking at, I just want to look at these pairs to give you perspective as well. So we've been on live for almost an hour and price has been basically in the same spot. Try to hit this low, rejected, did a little retest, chilling right here. So again, with GN, we're waiting for ideally in a perfect world over a trace here so we can catch the entire move. But we're either waiting for a retracement back down to the support level, see if he's going to continue to trade at support and look for buys, or we're going to wait for price to break above this level, see if he's going to respect that support and look for buys. If it rejects this level, I'm not going to look for sells. I'm going to wait for it to hit this level here and see if it continues to respect that support, or if it rejects it and tries to drop down like it did right here. But one thing for sure is that it's been respecting this level of support each time it did break this daily level. So that's what we're doing with GN right here. And then GA, same thing. We're waiting for it to either break the level above or to retrace back down. And as you can see right now, it's retracing back down. So we could look for a possible buy setup here once price retraces back down. Yeah, but a lot of these pairs are kind of, well, besides a couple pairs we missed good entries on during Tokyo session, a lot of the pairs right now are kind of playing around on key price levels and we're waiting to see how they're going to react to them. But we see how they're reacting, but we're trying to see which side of the coin is going to stay on with a lot of these pairs. We got a couple minutes to the next 15. I'm looking at a lot of trades. I'm not trades. I'm looking at pairs right now. So if I'm quiet, that's because I'm like looking at multiple stuff right now. So give me 1 second. Yeah, so we're just gonna hold these two right here. I'm setting some alerts. That way when these levels get hit, I'll be able to go onto them. And those that don't know how to set alerts, I think on the free trading view they give you alerts as well. So all you gotta do is just click. Well, you just saw mine just set right here. But all you gotta do is put a line up. Once you put a line up, you just click it, and then right here you can set the alert. You can have it set for every time it hits it, or you can do it once per bar. You can do it once per minute, once per bar close. You can title what you want the alert to be titled as, all that good. So you can change the conditions, all that good stuff. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm about to set a bunch of alerts for some of these pairs for levels above and below them. That way, when I'm looking at other pairs, because I do tend to tunnel vision on pairs, especially trades I'm in, I can get alerts for other pairs that I'm not in when they hit levels I'm waiting for them to hit. Because that's what kind of happened last night. I was looking at some other pairs, missed the entries on the pairs that actually played out. But it happens. You're not going to hit every trade. You're going to miss trades. That's part of the game. All right, new 15 just started. Let's see what these looking like. Let me catch it to the chat. Does EJ and GJ correlate? They kind of do. Not all the time, because it's just like every pair, they all have different values, but 80 to 90% of the time they do move the same. But there are some days where they don't move the same or they move slightly different. So never just blindly enter all the same trades and stuff, but they do kind of move the same. So we look at EJ and we look at the 15 right here, and then we pull up GJ on the 15. You can kind of see some similarities. Like this was the choppiness from Monday, the little push up, the retracement. Same thing with EJ, choppiness, push up, retracement. So there are similarities, but there are differences as well, right? So we're going to daily time frame. This is what we see on the daily time frame. And then we go on GJ's daily time frame. Let me put that question up so people know what I'm talking about. And then we're going to daily time frame for GJ. This is what we see. So we see some similarities. We also see some differences, right? So the most recent move, EJ broke those highs, which is why me and the members went for buys last week on this, and we took a loss on that because obviously did that huge retracement down. But just like with GJ, when it came to this level below the daily level, it respected both times, right? Look at GJ. That most recent push didn't break the highs to the left and rejected. But just like with EJ, the level below it respected both times, which is what leaned me towards buys here. But also, like I said, there's still some slight bullish momentum, but we got a level of traffic here. So with the level of traffic, like I said, that's the coin. This is the coin. This daily level here and this daily level here is the side of the coins. We're waiting to see what side is going to hold. So this level here, basically what we're waiting on today is we want to see price either break above this daily level here or break below this daily level here. I do not want to see it playing around on this level today. Now, just because I don't want to see that happen or I want to see this and that happen doesn't mean it's going to happen. Because again, we can't put our will in the markets. We don't control the markets. But that's basically how today is going to go down. So that's if it makes a move. Now, it could, on the small chance, play on this level again. But, nobody wants to see that happen, right? Want to see some volume in these charts and markets. But yeah, that's a good question. So there are some similarities, but also differences. So never just blindly enter all the JPY pairs because, oh, Wade said there's correlations, or I know that there's correlating pairs, or, they move similar. So if I see GJ as a buy, I'm going to enter a buy on EJ. I'm going to enter a buy on AJ. Never do any of that. Like I said, even with US30 and SPX last week, if we look at, again, we entered SPX buys on Monday. Right, we entered SPX buys on Monday, which was this day. If we go on US30, US30, let's go on the daily. And let's get rid of this arrow. Bam. And we look at the Monday for US30 SPX and the Tuesday for US30 SPX. We see similarities, but also on the daily time frame, if we zoom out, we can clearly see differences. And we can really see differences when we let's go to the beginning of August on US30. This was the beginning of August. Right here was the beginning of August. So we had level of traffic getting made. The price finally rejected that level and started dropping. Now, this was the beginning of August. Price didn't break out of this and start dropping until August 16th, August 15th. Now we look at SPX. Let's look at the beginning of August on SPX. This was the first day of August. So the first day of August is when price started the downtrend, which we started entering sells on. Now let's go to the 15th, 16th of August. This was the 15th, 16th, which was the lower low, the second or third lower low getting made. But the 15th and 16th of US30, that's when the first low was getting made, was then. And the beginning of August, it wasn't making no lows or highs. It was just ranging. So there are similarities and differences. So again, never just blindly enter all the correlating pairs. Pick the one that looks the cleanest. Pick one at a time. Granted, we did enter US30 on Tuesday, but we didn't enter US30 and SPX on Monday. We entered SPX on Monday. Enter US30 on Tuesday because we saw the setup, but we didn't enter all the trades at the same time. Because there's a risk doing that. If you enter two correlating pairs at the same time, both the same setup, especially if we don't wait and look for confirmations, there is a small chance, of course, that SL can get hit. So not only are you risking 5%, instead of risking 5%, assuming you're risking 5% per trade, now you're risking 10% based off the same type of setup. And yeah, so there's risks and rewards to everything. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind. We also see US30 about to retest this level. So off this retest is really going to determine, at least for a London session, if price is going to drop down to this level or is going to play around until New York here, or going to push up and try to continue the bullish momentum. So that's what we're about to watch and wait and see right here. But let's pull back these other pairs. We also look at SPX. Get a nice retest this level as well. So yeah, so SPX and NAS are still showing bullish momentum. US30 is the only one showing maybe slight bearish momentum. So that's something to keep in mind, because this is what NAS is looking like. You saw what US30 is looking like. This is what my NAS is looking like. Possible buy setup here. So yeah, we're going to see what the next 15 looks like. 4 o'clock hour is about to pop up. Let me catch up to these other questions. Yeah, let them know, Moon K. Let's get them likes up. Let's see where the likes are at right now. Let's see where the likes are at right now. Well, I gotta refresh the whole stream, so let me do that. StreamYard don't really tell me. I have to go on YouTube. Let's see if we can get to 10 likes, y'all. Let's get to 10 likes. That's just 2 more. GG has retraced. Yeah, I mean, it's going to retrace. Price never going to just go straight up or straight down. You know what I'm saying? Price never just going to go straight up or straight down. And like I said, I'm going to hold the SRTB gets hit, broke down what we're looking at, and basically what's the possibilities that can happen. And that's also why we don't, risk 50% of our account on one trade. You know what I'm saying? You look at your analysis, look for your confirmations, risk what you want to risk, which, like I said, I recommend 1 to 5% of your account per trade. Look for good risk reward setups. Enter, hold SRTP gets hit. You know what I'm saying? Because again, if you're risking 5% per trade, you literally have to lose 20 trades in a row to blow your account. And if you're scared of losing 20 trades in a row, then you shouldn't be trading on a live account. And same thing with risking 1% per trade. You're risking 1% per trade, you literally have to lose 100 trades in a row. So unless you're doing silly stuff, there's no reason or no way you should blow your account off 1 or 2 trades. Only way that happens is if you're over leveraging or trading a pair that you shouldn't be trading, or trading, it's not really pairs, trading gold or the indices, right? So you're either over leveraging or you're trading one of those pairs, which you shouldn't be trading, or you're over leveraging on those pairs or those indexes or metals. And you don't really understand risk to reward. I have a video on risk to reward. I also have a video on my trading plan. I'm gonna drop an updated one because it was about a year ago when I posted the first one. But I'm gonna post in the chat my risk to reward video. Oops, let me hit this right here. Like I said, new videos dropping later on today as well. But let's put up these other pairs back up. Let's see what GN and GA is up to. All right, so look at that. It's rejecting that level. Let's see if GA is about to reject the level as well. Yeah, GA is rejecting the level as well. So we're going to wait to see how it reacts at this level here, which when we zoom out, we can clearly see is a strong support resistance level. Entered buys way back when at this level. Looked at sells way back when. Also see price treating this low as resistance. So that's why we're waiting for price to come back down to this level to see if it's going to treat as support for a possible buy setup. So we're just chilling on those pairs. But that's also possibly why GJ is retracing as well. Because again, with correlating pairs, a lot of pairs are going to move similarly, but also different at the same time. So right now we see the GBP pairs all retracing down. We'll also sometimes see one pair tracing down, another pair shooting up based on the pair the other currency is hooked up with. But right now we see all the GBP pairs retracing down. But we also have the 4 o'clock hour about to start in the next 4 minutes. So we're going to see what happens there. But like I said, we're holding the SRTP gets hit. I'm not really tripping or concerned about it, to be honest. But yeah, we see a lot of retracements happening. We literally see retracements happen on GA, GJ. We're seeing retracements happen on NAS, US30. We're seeing retracements happen on gold. Literally all these pairs are retracing right now. Let's see, the Euro pairs are doing the same thing. Yep, even the Euro pairs. So we got all these pairs retracing right now. Literally all these pairs just hit key price levels and retracing. So we're going to see what happens the next 15 and the 4 o'clock hour. Looking at EN, same thing as GN. Was nice and bullish, failed to make new highs, was rejecting the level, but respecting this level below it, pushing back up. So right now we're going to wait to see if price is going to either retrace this level, this D level, see how it reacts there, or if price is going to break above this level. We could look for buys either above here or down here. That's if price can hold that level though. But yeah, we have literally on all these pairs. We just went through like 5 different pairs. All these pairs are retracing, and all these pairs just hit or recently hit key price levels, which is causing the reaction. So we have all these pairs retracing right now. So we're going to see what happens the next hour, next 15, and of course, ultimately going into New York. Speaking of New York, we're going to have our first New York stream today as well. I'm going to post the schedule. I got the schedule typed up. I'm going to post the schedule in a couple hours onto YouTube. We're going to have our first New York stream as well. And by first New York stream, I'm talking about like outside of the news events and outside of strictly the Advanced Place Signal Room and the course channel. But yeah, we literally see all these pairs retracing right now. Literally all these pairs. We just went through a bunch of pairs. So that's also what's going down right now. But retracement also makes sense because, again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the live stream, we had this huge move happen during Tokyo session. And again, like I also mentioned, we have to look at the daily candlesticks. Before this retracement, the daily candlestick was all the way, well, we're not going to count this wick, but it was from here to here. This was the size. If we grab this, let me see if I can. There we go. If we grab this, this is pretty much the size of a complete daily candlestick for the day. This was a complete daily candlestick for the day. There's another complete daily candlestick for the day. This was another one. Whoops. This was another one. So for this to be all 3 sessions, Tokyo, London, New York, and for it to already have been that size just off one session, which was Tokyo session, and plus that there are retracements in between or during all sessions, a retracement makes sense right now. Because it's very rare. It doesn't happen all the time. It happens sometimes, but it's very rare for a pair to just continuously pump all 3 sessions without retracements. That's very rare. So again, everything happens for a reason. Everything makes sense. But yeah, all these pairs are retracing right now. So we're going to see what happens this next hour. Let's see what US30 is up to. The US30 is dropping that level. Yeah, so we can possibly see sells down to right here. 4 o'clock hour just started. All right, y'all members, you already know in a couple hours, I'm dropping the New York price watch list. As far as the members, we're going to be going live for the news events. We're going to be going live, not Wednesday. We're going to be going live Thursday. And it's not really that many USD news events today, but we're going to go live Thursday. We'll just do Thursday and Friday. So we're going to go live for the news events Thursday and Friday. But as far as the YouTube membership, we're going to be going live for New York today. It's going to be pre-New York, though, like usual. We're going to start a little bit before New York starts. And then for the rest of the week, I'm going to post the schedule in the community tab on YouTube later on today. Also got my new video dropping later on today on YouTube as well. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can hit me up on Instagram at playmaker_way. We 15 started. We see price trying to push up on these. Let's see GJ trying to push back up as well. US30 looks like it's about to try to push back up. Let's see what GN's up to. We got a new 15. Yeah, so it looks like it's about to try to reattempt to try to push those levels. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Still not going to enter on any of these other pairs. Yeah, so I'm just going to hold these 2 trades for right now. Watch and see how they go. Going to watch these other pairs. Like I said, I'm really waiting for retracements on all these other pairs, which we see happening right now in real time. So that's going to work out our favor. Yeah, I think it's retracing. Yeah, so we're going to see how it reacts to these levels here. Let me catch up to these chats before I hop out. Yeah, like I said, we can see some drops on the indices. I just did NAS, but I can do oil really quick before I hop off. said I could do oil. Do I even got any levels marked off? I do not have any levels marked off on this. So I just broke that level on, what day was this? Friday. So we're bullish on oil. Looks like it's on another level that I got to identify and mark off. I can kind of see the level, but I got to mark off and do my levels here. But oil, we are bullish. There was a small little reversal, but it got its act together, made a little big high, well, retracement high, shot up for like 4 days in a row. So we can see retracement. It looks like it's trying to do a retracement right now, but it looks like it's on a key price level right now, treating that support. So I might have to update my levels, but we have a main support level here. I can't really say these levels because oil, depending on your broker, the numbers are a little bit off and different. But the source I'm using is the Blackpool source, usoil.f. But we have a main support level at this level here. So if it breaks the level it's currently stuck on, we can see retracement down to here, which would be the ideal retracement, and then we see some buys to the upside. But yeah, we're bullish right now on this. It's on a level right now, but it looks like it's about to try to retrace that level because we see retracements even on oil. We see retracements on all the pairs right now. So we're just waiting for price to hit the levels below or above it, depending on which way the retracement is going, and then we'll go from there. Because again, it was pretty dead yesterday because there's Canadian and USD holiday, and then there's no news at all. So it was simply just waiting on these retracements, price to hit these levels, and for natural volume to pick up. There's not really any news to help push price the direction we want to see it go until tomorrow. So it's just gonna be an interesting day to see what happens today. There was some quick moves that happened last night though. But right now we're seeing retracements of all these pairs / reattempts to push to the upside. Yeah, it looks like GJ's retracing that level. So that might hit SL. Is what it is though. All right, y'all, and we'll be back at the same time tomorrow. London session, 3 a.m. EST. Are you on the West Coast? I wonder for everything I post is EST. Everything I post is EST, Eastern Standard.